ॐ संसारसारं निगमं प्रचारं धर्मावतारं हतभूमिभारं सदा निर्विकारं सुखसिन्धुसारं श्रीरामचन्द्रं सततं नमामि. The text, which is today known as Ramayana, is also referred to as Sita Charita and Paulastya Vadha in the same text itself. However, the name Ramayana seems to be the most appropriate name for the text, mainly because the word Ramayana means the path taken by Rama, and that is what the entire text is all about. It is about the path a great man like Rama took. Literally also, he walked a lot, starting from his days in childhood when he accompanied Vishwamitra. Then during his exile with his wife and brother, he traveled a lot, barefoot. But more than that, as a metaphor, Ramayana, that is the path taken by Rama, is the most appropriate name for the text, because it is in this journey that we discover the true nature of dharma as revealed by the action done by Rama. If you take the major incidents in Ramayana, it starts from the execution of Tataka to the Agni Pariksha of Sita. All the incidents in between, in every situation, Rama had to take a choice, and the choice he made explains the complexity involved in the execution of dharma. The major task undertaken by Rama in Ramayana includes giving punishment to so many people. It starts with Tataka, then Shurpanaki, goes to Vali, and ultimately Ravana. All these people had to be given punishment appropriate to the sins done by them. And many in between, small and big, had to be given punishment. In all these cases, it is not as simple as a man went, killed a person, and came back. In every case, the possible counteraction was explained, and why this person has to be given this kind of punishment is explained in great detail. And not only in this, if you take other major incidents like the breaking of Shivadhanus, which leads to the marriage of Rama, it's a very interesting incident, though many people just take it as the marriage between two individuals. Many intricate questions of dharma is also involved in that episode. Or take the episode of Rama going to exile and thereafter agreeing to take his wife and brother with him. It is also a major episode which explains the complexities of dharma and why he did not agree for his mother not to accompany him. And then why he did not agree to come back despite a very strong case put forward by Bharata. Or take that episode where he makes friendship with three important people, Jatayu, Sugriva, and Vibhishana. In all these three cases, he explains the rationale behind making friendship with them. Or take the situation where he selects Hanumanta as the special envoy to send a message to Sita. Or take that very complex case of Sita Agni Pariksha. In all these major episodes, Rama takes a conscious decision by examining all the other possibilities. Not only in these major episodes, take everyday events like what to eat during the exile or conducting their daily lives while in exile. He even insists that Vastu Homa be done in both the places where they build a very small house for themselves, both in Panchavati and in Chitrakuta. Or take his interactions with people like Ahalya, Shabari, Bharadwaja, Agatsya. In all these cases, you can see how Rama implements the most simplest to the most complex theories explained in Dharma Shastras. If you look in totality, what Rama does in each case is he considers all the possible alternatives and finally takes an appropriate decision based on dharmas as they are mentioned in Shastras. It would not be an exaggeration if you say that Rama was a constitutionalist. Rama would not do any action if it is not sanctioned by Shastra or if something did not have a precedence. This comes through in the very first major decision he took in his life, that is the execution of Tataka. From there to the last major decision that he had to take, and the most complex probably that he had to take, that is the Sita Agni Pariksha. Everywhere he either depended on Shastras or depended on the precedences, earlier precedences. In this way, he was a very strong constitutionalist. And Rama had internalized dharma to such a level that not lying to tackling complex questions of morality came easy for him. The simpler things which are explained as the Samanya Dharma, which includes Satya, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Asteya, and Aparigraha, these are all embedded in everyday life of Rama, and we find ample example for this in Ramayana. From this to executing the most complex action based on dharma, he could do it very easily. Therefore, his actions become easy guidebook for us to follow in life. Therefore, Ramayana is the right name for the text. It is the path taken by Rama, yes, but not only the path taken by Rama, it is the path taken by a man who vowed that every action he does will be according to the dharma. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यां परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु।